Hello people, hopefully this is recording. I thought I'd bring you the build I was actually using party yesterday and last night. It's actually classified alpha. Pretty standard for most, level across the board just about, with a bit difference here and there. Primary weapon I'm using is a house, obviously, fully min-maxed. With responsive, competent and card counter. Secondary is MP7 with responsive, determined, unforgiving. House obviously gains the third talent, the third talent from the MP7. So I currently have all damage talents: responsive, competent, card counter and unforgiving. So I deal a lot of damage when I get down to a certain squeaky bum time health. Balance across the board, so we've got 5468, 5317 and 5348. If you didn't know, a lot of people know already that Alpha Bridge got a rework a while back. It was, you could get the 3 talents from the one gun, then it went down to 1 talent. But the set 2 bonus is 100% health regen. Set 3 bonus is 5% weapon damage. If your primary and secondary weapons of the same category for set 4, they share the free talents, and all talents requirements are ignored. So in other words, you don't have to spec into certain things to actually do Alpha Bridge. So you don't have to spec into electronics, things like that, whatever. The only disadvantage here would be is the fact that it's lack of damage. Compared to some of the gear sets that are out there at the moment, it is lacking in damage. And it would be good if they could actually bump it up a bit. Even if they put that to 10% or even 8%. If we're going to set 5 bonus, the 25% health regen, so 125% health regen, which is quite good because your health comes back quite quickly, and it's quite good in last stand and in skirmish, as you can see from the stream that I did yesterday. It's not always good, obviously, because there are some gear sets out there that are more powerful than this. Improved Alpha Bridge. Inactive personal versions of all signature skills are rotating every 6 seconds and can be activated, killing NPCs, players or veteran elite NPCs. The signature skill that is up on rotation with the enemy is killed is activated for 10 seconds when all primary stats are balanced between each other. These times are short and depend on the difference in the range of primary attributes. You no longer activate signature skill or be affected by ally signature skill. So obviously in a group it's not good. In a way, unless you're actually going to run Alpha Bridge, you're all going to run Alpha Bridge basically, because then it's just like ridiculous. You can have ults going off all over the place. I have tried the balance between the firearms and toughness and low skill power. I've also tried the toughness one. The one I haven't tried is the full firearms. I do want to try 10.5k firearms. It does drop it down. But I just find this is better. I just think it could be a bit better. I mean, they could make that, just my own personal, 8% there and say 15% in the set 5 bonus. So that'd be quite good, and that would actually bring it on par with I personally think with likes of Predator or Striker or something. So my chest piece, health on kill, even though the health on kill doesn't seem to work. I don't know why. Never seems to work. Even though it's 4%, it should still give me something, but it never does. So I've got health on kill and ammo capacity. And mods are firearms, created chance, mask, created chance, burn resistance, and virtually max firearms. Created damage. I could go for health if you want to, but I like to hit a bit harder. Shock, blind, and disorient with virtually max electronics, and then another one, created chance, firearms. I am running with pulse critical hit chance. I am looking for some damage ones. There were some the other week and I just missed it completely, because with this build I technically don't need it. You can either put first aid self heal if you want to in that 6% times 4, or create damage mods to up it. I would prefer created damage because obviously I'm missing deadly on my gun, so the extra created damage would actually be quite nice, and an extra 8%, even though it's not a massive amount. would go well. So we go to my backpack. We've got created damage, ammo capacity, and max firearms roll. Sorry, electronics roll. 1288 armor. It's obviously not min-maxed and optimized because I just don't have the diff tech for it, as you can see. Gloves. Now this is where you can swap it out in a bit, to be honest, because I've got a couple of Alpha Bridge gloves. I've got one in my stash. SMG damage, create chance, and stamina roll. You can go for, obviously, assault rifle if you want to, but obviously then you're specking into that. I just prefer the way it is at the moment. The house just deals the better damage for this build. It's personal preference, so obviously it's whatever you run. And then holster, create chance, good across the board, nearly max stats across the board. And again, pause critical chance, just so I can cap it out, to be honest. I do get about 22%, because I'm specking to electronics, about 22% created chance, so I can drop it down a bit, but obviously at the moment there's nothing. I'm capping out on the actual 60%, so that's why I want some created damage mods. Go from there, really. Character sheets. So my house deals 21.5, as you can see, 50.5 and 116% created damage. That's why I'd like more created damage mods to chance, because obviously I'm capping out that, but I'd like to get higher, and that's why I hit harder. Health and kill, see, 4%. I know it's not a massive amount, but you should see something, but for some reason it doesn't seem to show. Health, 286. Armor, 31.76. Health regen, 32.198. And yeah, going to the talents. Abilities, I do use pulse occasionally, because I've been running the dark zone with it. It's quite nice. As you can see, I get 22.8. Yeah, thank you. So 22.8. I'd like that to be higher than that. So the extra 8% on there would be quite nice. Could run that if I was outside the DZ, but I was using last stand and skirmish yesterday, so I used booster, and then well, yeah, immune station, immunizer, just for the sheer fact of obviously all the predators that are running around. Talents I'm running are adrenaline, because I was running a group, critical save, strike back, and combat medic. If I wasn't running combat medic, I would be running on the move, because once you've killed something, it's brilliant to get the extra 15% reduction in damage when you're actually for 10 seconds after you kill somebody. And in skirmish or last stand, it's actually quite good, and also in PvE it's quite good as well. But obviously these talents are your personal preference on how you actually want to run it. But yeah, that's pretty much the build. It's quite nice actually. It's quite fun to actually run. So yeah, as I said, I hope you enjoy the build, and if you look back on the